Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. It is Monday morning. We're at the start of a brand new week. And our teacher for this week is Jack Cornfield. Jack Cornfield spent the years 1967 to 1972 becoming a monk in Thailand and in Burma, today called Myanmar, of course. Since 1974, he has been teaching meditation worldwide, and he was instrumental in introducing Buddhist mindfulness practices to the West. So, standing at the start of a new week and looking ahead, we'll get into some thoughts from Jack Cornfield to reflect on for our week. Somebody, good morning. Welcome to Monday. The first thought from Jack Cornfield for today is, the heart is like a garden. It can grow compassion or fear. It can grow resentment or love. What seeds will you plant there? We have the power to cultivate the inner landscape of our hearts. Each experience, each thought and interaction becomes a seed that we sow. Over time, these seeds grow into the very essence of who we are. As we embark in a new week, what kind of garden are we nurturing within? Will it be filled with vibrant blooms of compassion, forgiveness, and love? Or will it be choked by weeds of fear and anger and resentment? What seeds will you plant in your heart this week? Jack Cornfield says, wherever you are is the perfect place to awaken. This moment is the exact place to practice compassion and loving awareness. You have all the ingredients to breathe and find freedom just where you are. His next thought is, may I be given the appropriate difficulties so that my heart can truly open with compassion. Imagine asking for that, says Jack Cornfield. Just imagine asking for that. May I be given the appropriate difficulties so that my heart can truly open with compassion. Hi, Anthony. Good morning. Danae, a very good morning. Welcome to a brand new week. I really appreciate this reminder from Jack as I step into a new week. There is no growth without facing difficulties. So instead of trying to avoid stumbling blocks and obstacles, I am asking, please send me the appropriate difficulties. Help me remember that there is no there on the horizon where I can finally be enlightened, but that right here, right now, facing what is right in front of me, is the perfect place to breathe and create an inner spaciousness from where I can see with more clarity. Jack Cornfield reminds us that our heart is like a garden. It can grow compassion, or it can grow fear. It can grow resentment, or it can grow love. What seeds am I planting in my heart this week? If you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll float away together on today's journey into our new week. Charlene, a very good morning. It is awesome seeing you. Happy Monday. Here we go. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, again, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time, and as you do, we'll have a conversation about what exactly it is you're doing right now. Again, I want to bring your attention to the inhale. As you breathe in, can you feel every cell in your body rise? As you exhale, can you feel every cell in your body soften and fall? Right now, you are taking your body by the hand, sitting this body down, and you are saying to this body, "Hello, body, here is how I want us to do this." You are being the teacher to this body, right in this moment. Jack Cornfield's message to us today is, we can choose what seeds we grow in our hearts. We can choose the garden we grow. And by sitting your body down for a few big breaths, a few times a day, you are asking this body to be conscious. You are basically reminding this body that we have a choice. We can grow a garden of resentment and fear, or we can grow a garden of love and compassion. Every time you sit this body down for a few deep, slow breaths, you're helping your brain, your heart, your mind be conscious. Because after a few slow, deep breaths, you have more of an ability to consciously choose. What will my next step be? Will my next step be taken in love? Or will my next step be taken in fear? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. And roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left. Forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at the very least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now. We can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon in your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see yourself standing at the start of a brand new week. See your toes stick over the edge and see yourself ready to dive in. Take your next big breath. We are standing at the start of a brand new week. So we'll take the opportunity to look into the week ahead and to be intentional about how we want to walk into this week. When we are not intentional, we are on autopilot. And if we walk into this week on autopilot, it might be like the ways we have walked into our weeks on autopilot before, being controlled by our own old patterns, reacting to the world in the same old ways we have reacted in the past. And of course, we can't create anything new if we keep reacting like we did in the past. If we want to create something new, we have to stop, be really conscious, and choose a new response. So in a nutshell, that's perhaps, among many other intentions, our main intention for the week is to remind ourselves to stop, become aware and conscious, catch ourselves when we are ready to repeat the same old pattern, and remind ourselves that we do really want to choose a new response. Take a moment to have that conversation with yourself. Do you want to continue reacting in ways you have reacted in the past and recreate that past pattern again? Or do you want to be conscious enough to choose a new response? Take a moment for that inner conversation. Take your next big breath. Standing at the start of a brand new week, let's remind ourselves of what lies ahead this week, what is already in the calendar. So as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, for a moment, take a stroll through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and remind yourself of some of the things you need to get done this week, some of the places you need to go this week, some of the people you need to see this week. Take your next big breath. What are you creating this week? Is there any specific goal you're working on right now? Is there some project you're trying to get finished this week? But I always feel like I have to remind ourselves, that includes me, that creating happens in a very big spectrum. Everything we do is an act of creating. Every conversation we have, every meal we prepare, just the way we show up in our homes is an act of creating the energy in our home. So asking the question, what are you creating this week? Perhaps there's no specific goal for you this week. But the simpler version of this question is, where will you be directing your attention this week? Because speaking of a garden we grow, wherever you direct your attention is what you're giving your water to. And whatever you water will grow. So what gets your attention this week? What is it that you will water this week? Take your next big breath. Take a moment to transport yourself to the end of this next week. Imagine the week being done and behind you. When you get to the end of this week and you look back, what are a few things you'd like to see yourself having done this week? If you had a checklist, what are some things for which you'd like to say, I got this done, I got that done? What are some things for which you'd like to say, I got started on this one, I made progress on that one? What does your checklist look like for the end of this week? Take your next big breath. And then let's bring ourselves back to how we want to catch ourselves this week. What are the reminders that we want to give ourselves this week? Jack Cornfield reminds us that your heart is a garden you grow, and it can grow seeds of resentment and fear, or it can grow seeds, flowers of love and compassion. Will we remind ourselves whenever stumbling blocks occur this week, whenever there are hiccups to deal with this week, speed bumps in the road, will we remind ourselves of our intention? My intention is not to keep watering a garden of resentment and fear. Let's try this as a reminder this week, and perhaps we'll remember. I will not act in fear. I will stop and I will breathe. And I'll take action in freedom. Let's remind ourselves when we deal with difficulties this week, I will not act in fear. I will stop, I will breathe, and then I will see how to take my next step in freedom. Have that inner conversation with yourself as you take your next big breath. I will remember to stop and breathe. And then I will choose my next action in the true expression of my being. Instead of just reacting on an old pattern, I will stop and I will breathe and I will choose the action that is the truest expression of my being. Continue this conversation with yourself. Take your next big breath. This week I will do my best to not be unhappy about obstacles. This week I will try to remind myself to not be unhappy about triggers. This week I will do my best to choose to see all obstacles as appropriate difficulties. It can be a tough one, but let's go there again. This week, I will choose to see all obstacles as appropriate difficulties. Jack Cornfield used that term, appropriate difficulties, because every difficulty we encounter is an invitation to open, an invitation to grow, an invitation to awaken. I will choose to see every difficulty this week as an appropriate difficulty. Take your next big breath. We'll take one more big breath together to slip out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time a few of Jack Cornfield's thoughts for our week ahead. He reminds us that the heart is like a garden. It can grow compassion or it can grow fear. It can grow resentment or it can grow love. What seeds will you plant in that garden? The garden of your heart. And whatever decision we make has to be backed up by reminding ourselves during the whole week of what seeds we want to water in our garden. We can't choose right now that these will be seeds of love and then for the rest of the week react in fear. Jack Cornfield says, wherever you are is the perfect place to awaken. This moment, this exact place, is the appropriate place to practice compassion and loving awareness. You have all the ingredients to breathe and to find freedom just where you are. And then I think this is such a beautiful question, such a beautiful ask. May I be given the appropriate difficulties so that my heart can truly open with compassion. May I remember to see every obstacle this week as an appropriate difficulty. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for the privilege of standing at the start of a brand new week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for being given a moment to look into the week ahead and be intentional about how I want to walk into this week. Take a deep breath in. Here is my intention. I want to remind myself, with whatever difficulties I encounter this week, I want to remind myself to see each obstacle as an appropriate difficulty. This obstacle right here gives me the opportunity to choose whether I'm going to act in fear or act in freedom. Take a deep breath in. The thought that occurs is life keeps giving us opportunities to practice being who we say we are. We have an idea of who it is that we want to be, who we say we want to be. And life will give me the opportunities to practice being who I say I am. When I encounter stumbling blocks and obstacles this week, I will have to choose. Am I going to be who I say I am? One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Will we only be who we say we are when we're not encountering difficulties? Will we only be who we say we are when it's easy? Well, then that's not who we are, is it? I love seeing it this way. I'm being given the opportunity to practice being who I say I am. Hi, Pepe. A good Monday morning to you, or I guess Sunday evening still to you. Michelle, a very good Monday morning. It's great seeing you. Enjoy your week. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Sunmarie. Thank you, Charlene. Wishing you all a fantastic week. See you again soon. Remember, you're being given the opportunity to practice being who you say you are. Mwah. Lots of love to you guys. Ciao, ciao.